Dear colleagues, my name is Anastasia Ilina. I am a research assistant of the Laboratory of Molecular Mechanisms of Aging at the St. Petersburg Institute of Bioregulation and Gerontology. I am a PhD student of the Department of General Pathology and Pathological Physiology at the St. Petersburg Institute of Experimental Medicine. Today I'd like to focus on the second part of the physiological aspects in the application of short peptides under hypoxia conditions. In particular, we will discuss the effect of short peptides on adaptation of animals to oxidative stress, condition of pregnant female rats and their offspring under hypoxia conditions. It should be noted that hypoxia is characterized by insufficient oxygen supply to tissues, resulting in impaired normal functioning of organs and tissues of the body. Hypoxia is one of the stress factors leading to accelerated aging and belongs to the group of systemic stimuli, the effect of which on the body is a direct threat to survival. Fetal hypoxia is the pathological state of the fetus that is a result of oxygen deficiency or impaired oxygen absorption by tissues. This syndrome develops at any stage of pregnancy and has adverse consequences for the health and life of the baby. Hypoxia is followed by the development of oxidative stress, that is an increase in the production of active oxygen species. Administration of antioxidants into the organism play a crucial role in increasing the capacity of the antioxidant system and increasing the body's adaptive reserve under hypoxia conditions. A special place among these compounds belongs to geroprotector peptide drugs, created and researched for several decades at the St. Petersburg Institute of Bioregulation and Gerontology. Today we are talking about four short peptides: vilon, epitalon, pinealon, and vesogen. These peptides are active components of the dietary supplements Ladonix, Endoluten, Cerulten, and Ventforn. The EGR peptide, named as pinealon, is an active component of the dietary supplement Cerulten. The drug carfixine was developed based on a polypeptide complex obtained from the extract of the cerebral cortex of young calves. The dietary supplement Cerulten was developed based on a polypeptide complex obtained from the extract of the whole cerebral cortex with white matter. The pinealon peptide was synthesized based on analysis of amino acid composition of polypeptide complex from the extract of the cerebral cortex of young calves. The KD peptide, named as vesogen, is an active component of the dietary supplement Ventforn. The drug Slavinorm and the dietary supplement Ventforn were developed based on a polypeptide complex obtained from the extract of the vessels of young calves. The vesogen peptide was synthesized based on analysis of amino acid composition of polypeptide complex from the extract of the vessels of young calves. The IgG peptide, named as epitalon, is an active component of the dietary supplement Endoluten. The drug epitalamine and the dietary supplement Endoluten were developed based on a polypeptide complex obtained from the extract of the epiphysis of young calves. The epitalon peptide was synthesized based on analysis of amino acid composition of polypeptide complex from the extract of the epiphysis of young calves. The peptide, named as Vilon, is an active component of the dietary supplement Vladonix. The drug Timalin and the dietary supplement Vladonix were developed based on a polypeptide complex obtained from the extract of the thymus of young calves. The Vilon peptide was synthesized based on analysis of amino acid composition of polypeptide complex from the extract of the thymus of young calves. First of all, let's talk about adaptation of animals to oxidative stress under hypoxia conditions. Male Lister rats were used in the present study. Oxidative stress was modeled by means of hyperbaric chamber with an adjustable airflow to develop acute hypobaric hypoxia and to prevent hypercapnia. The following parameters were recorded: time to loss of breath at altitude, time to post-recover, and time of restitution. Mortality and restitution rates were evaluated to detect the protective effect of the peptides. Vilon, Visogen, Pinealon, and Epitalon were intraperitoneal administered, followed by moderate hypoxia. Control group rats received intraperitoneal saline injection. The following results were obtained from the study of the effect of regulatory peptides on the physiological characteristics of rats exposed to acute hypobaric hypoxia. It has been established that in rats injected with Vilon, Pinealon, and Epitalon, the time before loss of breath increased to more than 150 seconds. This result indicates that all regulatory peptide at intraperitoneal administration prior to hypobaric hypoxia contribute to increasing animal resistance to hypoxia. Visogen had the least effect. The fastest pulse recovery after hypoxia action has been found for Visogen as well as Epitalon. This parameter was slightly higher for Vilon and Pinealon, corresponding to the longer time that animals were breathing under hypoxia. Restitution time in rats injected with Vilon and Pinealon was increasing relative to control. This parameter remained at the control level in rats injected with Visogen and Epitalon. Accordingly, the best restitution rates was found in rats injected with Pinealon and Epitalon, although the latter had higher animal mortality. Pinealon can be considered the most effective protector by the combination of features providing the best adaptation of rats to hypoxic effect. So, in this series of experiments, Pinealon was used to study in the prenatal hypobaric hypoxia. Pregnant female rats for 10 days of pregnancy were applied by hypobaric hypoxia. This is when the offspring have the line of nervous system. Hypobaric hypoxia was initiated as in the previous experiment, after which half of females were intraperitoneally injected with Pinealon, the other half was injected with a saline solution as a control. Accordingly, the offspring of these female rats experienced conditions of prenatal hypoxia. On the 22nd to 24th day of pregnancy, 2 out of 4 female rats of the control group gave birth. In contrast, 3 out of 5 rats injected with Pinealon gave birth. The number of offspring in the litter was lower in control rats than in rats receiving EDR peptide. The number of offspring in rats injected with pinealone was close to the normal physiological level typical of intact animals. The offspring obtained from animals of both groups were further examined by physiological tests. The resistance of animals to hypoxia was assessed in the open field test. The open field is an arena with walls in the floor of which holes are made. The next parameters were evaluated: the horizontal animal activity, the vertical activity, the number of minks explored, characterizing animal research activity, the number of grooming episodes, the number of center field outputs, and the number of bodies that is characterized the anxiety and emotional activity of animals. Let's consider how rats offspring exposed to prenatal hypoxia. First, it should be noted that all offspring were divided into two different groups depending on their mom's reaction to hypoxia during pregnancy. That's sensitive and resistant to hypoxia. In hypoxia-sensitive rats, regulatory arrest occurred within 61 to 2085 seconds after the development of hypoxia. The rats resistant to hypoxia maintained its respiratory activity throughout the whole hypoxic period. In both hypoxia-sensitive and hypoxia-resistant rats exposed to pinealone, horizontal and vertical activity were reliably higher than in the offspring of hypoxiated rats that did not receive this peptide. However, in offspring derived from hypoxia-resistant rats, horizontal activity was slightly higher than in hypoxia-sensitive rats, so the effect of pinealone was more pronounced in the hypoxia-sensitive animal group. Research activity was not influenced by pinealone. The grooming frequency and the number of entrants to the open field were increased in the offspring of hypoxia-sensitive rats injected with pinealone, although this increase was unreliable due to the variation in individual animal responses. In contrast, the effect of pinealone on offspring resistant to hypoxia of animals was not shown. In conclusion, it should be pointed out that the EGR peptide, as an active component of the complex dietary supplement Cerutan, is an effective antihypoxant. This is essential for improving conditions caused by the development of oxidative stress, including for the normalization of fetal functioning in complications of pregnancy accompanied by intrauterine hypoxia. That's all I have to discuss in the present lecture, so thank you for your attention.